Finally found a cultivation story that hits different, and check out our main man, a guy with some serious backbone. Not afraid to throw hands. Even with the ladies. The author knows what fans want. Our guy, Ye Chen, was once a disciple of the Zheng Yang sect. Looked like a hero. But luck? That was never on his side. Ever since his Dantian shattered, he's been stuck as a total loser. Elder Wu didn't even blink, kicked him straight out of the sect. Think back to 3 days ago. Ye Chen was a top-tier powerhouse. He was on a mission, escorting precious spirit herbs. Then, out of nowhere, some guy blocked his path, demanding the goods. It was Zhaoji from the Qingyun sect. Ye Chen was completely caught off guard when Zhaoji appeared right behind him. That strike was meant to take his head off. But he dodged just in time. He blocked the lethal blow and scrambled back into a defensive stance. Man, that footwork saved him any slower? And it would have been game over. But Zhaoji isn't scared of a guy who won't quit. He channels his energy, summoning purple cyclones to lock Ye Chen in midair. Then he fires a piercing finger strike straight into Ye Chen's Dantian. Inside, the inner energy shatters. In the cultivation world, that is basically a death sentence. Ye Chen watches, helpless, as Zhaoji just walks off with the spirit herbs. After failing to convince the elder to let him stay, he has no choice. He turns his back on the sect that raised him, the only home he's ever known. The other disciples show up to see him off, but plenty of them are just mocking him. He looks completely defeated. And that's when Zhao Kang steps up. This arrogant bully doesn't miss a chance to twist the knife. He demands Ye Chen crawl between his legs if he wants to leave alive. Just as Ye Chen prepares to go out in a blaze of glory, a beauty walks in, leaving everyone absolutely stunned. It's senior sister Chu Ninger. Beautiful and talented beyond belief, she ignores Zhao Kang completely, brushing past him to reach Ye Chen. Now they're living in 2 different worlds. No more ties between them. She gives a cold, final goodbye, but he refuses. He tells her he doesn't need her pity. A real man calls the whole world his home. He'll survive anywhere, even if he can't cultivate anymore. He's still got his pride. Suddenly, a stunning beauty appears and she commands everyone's attention. The crowd is left breathless as senior sister Ko Ngung strides in. She's absolutely breathtaking. A natural talent with beauty that outshines everyone. Ignoring Triu Kang's greeting entirely, she brushes right past him. She walks straight toward Diep, then eyes locked only on him. Now, they might as well be in different worlds. Their bond completely severed. Coldly, she bids him a final farewell, leaving no room for doubt. He scoffs. He doesn't need her pity. He's got his own pride. The world is his home, and he'll survive wherever he goes. Even if he's not fighting, he still has to face what's coming. Diepthun's basically homeless now, and the bad luck just keeps piling on. Until a streak of light tears through the night, a shooting star. Diepthun scrambles up, racing over to see what just crashed. He realizes it's a piece of true fire, burning a deep, glowing red. It's almost like it's alive. It leaps right into Diepthun's hand, like it senses a kindred spirit in this guy who's got nothing left. The fire coils around his wrist once, then dives deep inside, straight into his Dantian, lighting up 36 pressure points at once. It all settles into a glowing blue orb, intense, pulsing energy. He thinks it's just repairing his Dantian, but then a massive shock hits. The pain is blinding as the orb shatters, exploding into light, a Dantian core revealed inside a level way above what he had before. This is the kind of foundation only experts at the void stage ever reach. Instantly, spiritual fire from all around streaks toward him, surging in. He can actually refine true essence now, and it's happening fast. The power is so overwhelming that it hits his system like a truck. His body can't take the sudden spike, and he blacks out cold. By the time he wakes, it's already well past noon in a small house. Diepthun is still dead to the world, with a kid keeping watch. The boy sees him stir and yells out, "Big brother is awake." He's so excited, practically jumping for joy that Diepthun finally moved. Turns out, after Diepthun passed out in the forest, he was found. This kid, Ho Oa, carried him here and took care of him. And get this, they're deep in Hengyu sect territory. This is the stronghold of his rivals, the rivals of his own sect. Just yesterday, he was kicked out, and now he's on enemy land. Fate really has a twisted sense of humor, doesn't it? Remembering last night, Diepthun focuses, checking his inner Dantian. It wasn't a dream, everything is real. And the power is still there. He reaches out, and the true fire flickers to life in his palm. Follow me from here on out. He whispers, time for a new path. Time to start this journey toward immortality for real. Stepping outside, he spots Ho-Oa and his grandfather setting the table. There's a massive eagle right there too. Just hanging around, these two are incredibly hospitable, waving him over to eat with them. It's a humble meal. Clearly they aren't living in luxury here. The eagle eyes him like a snack, beak snapping. Diep Thun is pretty rattled, dodging as the giant bird lunges. Hey! Don't be so fierce. Big guy, how about a treat? He tosses it a piece of food. And the bird calms down instantly. Turns out it was just hungry. Now it's acting like a pet dog. The old man and Ho-Oa raised it since it was a hatchling. When the grandpa asks who he is, Diep Thun plays it cool. Just a wandering cultivator. He says, someone with no sect to call home. The old man smiles, already offering to help him find his way. Joining a sect really does give you a safety net. When things get dangerous, you at least have resources to cultivate. It is much better. He bows his head, thank you for the help. Then suddenly a loud crash. The heavy door splinters into pieces. A guy in white robes storms in like he owns the place. A disciple from the Hengyue sect, charging in with pure arrogance, like there is no one here to stop him. He yells at the old man, hand over the goods. He demands, or, I will not be polite. The old man just sits there, terrified, whispering a weak reply. There is nothing left of any value here, he says. The guy's face darkens. In a rage, he flips the table and kicks the old man to the ground. Ying Diao sees this and lunges forward to protect him. But this thug did not come alone, he came fully prepared. He channels energy into his palm and delivers a brutal kick. It sends Ying Diao flying with a sound like an explosion. This guy is clearly dangerous. Ye Chen panics and rushes over. He reaches Ying Diao, but the poor thing is already lying there, motionless. The guy is truly ruthless, he did not hold back at all. Seeing him act so entitled, Ye Chen has finally had enough. He walks up, taps the guy's shoulder, and swings. One heavy slap to that foul mouth sends him spinning in circles. He stumbles up, clutching his bruised face. Still trying to threaten him, Ye Chen grabs his arm and flips him high into the air. In a heartbeat, the guy loses his balance completely. He screams in terror as he loses his footing off the ground. Then a sickening thud echoes through the room. Debris flies everywhere as he slams hard into the stone floor. A second-tier key practitioner, taken down by someone at the first tier. He looks absolutely pathetic, crushed and defeated on the floor. Ye Chen kicks him right through the door of the small courtyard. Looks like someone needs a serious lesson in basic manners. Maybe a long, painful lecture will help fix that attitude. Once things settle, the old man shares his past. He was an elder at Hengyue, but a mistake got him exiled. That thug, Zhang Dao, is a disciple, but he is vicious. Seeing the old man is alone, he keeps coming back to rob him. Over the years, he has cleaned out every single treasure here. This time, he is after the Heavenly Spirit Talisman. Ye Chen has heard rumors about this rare item before. A legendary charm once it touches the enemy, it is over. It seals their internal energy completely for a set amount of time. Back in the small courtyard, Ye Chen focuses on his true fire. His spiritual energy is surging, growing stronger with every breath. Lightning crackles all around him, an aura of raw power. Countless streaks of electricity dance as he tests his new technique. The Thunder Chief aims at the boulder and strikes a deafening roar. It explodes like thunder. What an epic attack technique, its sheer power is something else. Combined with true fire, the force behind it reaches insane new heights. Today, he arrives at Nine Peaks Pavilion carrying a letter of recommendation, sent by Elder Zhang Fengnian to request an apprenticeship. Since he was once a sect elder, the three Peak Masters show up. They are all there to meet him. The Pavilion Master invites them to interview this young man. They need to see if anyone is willing to take him on. All three masters look at him, their faces twisting in pure disdain. They realize he is not even 18 yet. Making pathetic excuses to leave, they practically run away. The Pavilion Master is disappointed, thinking this guy is just a total waste. He was expecting a genius, but all he sees is trash. Still, the Pavilion Master tries to help him out. He suggests the boy serve as an apprentice disciple for 3 months. He stays optimistic and agrees being an apprentice for now is fine. Becoming an official disciple later is just as good. The master immediately carves the name Ye Chen onto a jade tablet. He hands it over, offering a brief warning. Official disciples get secret manuals and treasure, he says, but as an apprentice, you only get this single bottle of spirit liquid. Now, head over to the spirit weapon pavilion to grab your gear. The pavilion guard is a fat guy named Chu Dafu. He glances at Ye Chen and tells him to go pick something out, but he warns him, apprentices only get access to the first floor. No going up to the second level. He walks inside to find rows of weapons in all different shapes, but as expected, everything down here is basically junk. He wanders around, searching for a long time. But nothing clicks. That one is too light, and this one is way too rusted. Nothing seems to fit his style. Ye Chen feels annoyed, hungry, and tired. But he refuses to settle. Suddenly, a wave of true fire erupts from his Dantian, even without him moving his chi. It guides him toward the back shelf. A blade called Heaven's Fault lies buried deep inside. It is wrapped in true fire. It seems the flame actually likes this weapon. Feeling curious, he picks it up to test the weight. It must weigh at least 200 jin. If he tried to fight with this, he would just exhaust himself to death. It really looks like some kind of scrap. Something feels off. So he picks it up to test the weight. 200 pounds. If he actually carried this into a fight, he'd be exhausted. That seems like a death sentence. Though his rival acts pretty confident. This blade has been sitting in its sheath for a long time. Looks pretty decent. So he decides to just take it. Walking out, he laughs out loud when the fat storekeeper mocks him. The guy claims he is not a match for the blade, then asks about its origin. The old man only remembers it has been sitting here for a century. He just knows it was made in China. That is all. No other records or information exist for this weapon. Seeing the supposed loser hauling such a massive, heavy sword outside, his fellow disciples immediately start pointing, whispering, and making fun of him. Suddenly, they all stop. Their attention shifts to the sky above. A beauty from the Zheng Yang sect is flying past on her sword. They are here to negotiate the upcoming 3-sect tournament. It is happening in 3 months. That is senior sister Ji Ning Shuang. She is with a handsome guy, and Ye Chen watches, secretly making a promise. One day he will return to the sect famous, making them all regret this. Slipping into a corner of the woods, he gets ready. He cuts his fingertip and drops a single bead of blood onto the blade. The Tianquai sword instantly flares up with a crimson light. That marks it as his. Then, suddenly, a strange tremor hits him. A wave of pure blue energy surges out from the weapon. It rushes straight into Ye Chen's mind, leaving him dizzy. He lets out a cry of pain. But as he steadies himself, he realizes it is the secret Manhwa body refining technique hidden in the sword. Suppressing his excitement, Ye Chen wastes no time. He sits down immediately, forming hand seals to start the secret technique. It is a martial skill designed to forge the body through pure agony. The entire process of gaining this knowledge is incredibly painful. Ancient symbols burn into his skin before sinking deep inside. They clear his meridians and tendons, setting his core on fire. His body temperature spikes, hot as a furnace, while steam, blotted, surrounding him in a thick, dense fog. After an hour of pure torture, Ye Chen succeeds in the awakening. He feels more powerful than he has ever felt in his life. Exhausted, he chugs the entire jade bottle of spiritual nectar. As an intern disciple, he only gets 1 bottle a month. Honestly, that is not even enough to fill the gaps in his teeth. With his new power, he goes to find sect missions. He needs to earn more resources to keep growing stronger. There is a board here listing all the sect tasks. They are hung up based on difficulty with varying rewards. Just as he is about to pick one, someone gets in his way. A guy with a ponytail shoves him aside and grabs the mission. It is clearly a provocation, and the guy's buddies are watching too. He is acting arrogant, basically daring him to fight. And Ye Chen is fuming. Still, he decides to hold back if his senior brother wants it. Let it go. With a bored sigh, he turns to walk away. Just moves on. But the bully clings to his shoulder, acting like a total leech. He yanks him back. Then, in a flash, true fire erupts from within him. The heat is intense. The guy goes pale. Genuinely terrified, he drops his hand, stumbles back, and starts channeling his own power. A purple flame flares up, Wait, it's actually him. This is the bully's older brother. Coming for revenge after his grandfather. They've been causing a scene, hunting him down just for payback. The guy's reached the 5th level of chi condensation. But still, he doesn't even care. He stares him down, ready to fight with one hand. Suddenly, an elder from the mission hall steps into the middle of it. He breaks up the crowd. If you want to fight, go to the arena. They're furious, forced to back off. But they don't forget his face. They'll be back for him later. He turns, completely unfazed. He hits the mission board and picks up a new task, Fire Wolf. That night, while everyone else is asleep, he's out working hard. He climbs the mountain, struggling, just to finish the job. He finally reaches the top and spots a spirit herb, glowing bright. Talk about worth the effort, he's just about to grab it. Suddenly, a scorching blue pillar of flame explodes upward. A wolf figure emerges right behind him. It's the fire wolf, quick as a flash. It launches a massive beam of fire, but he's ready. He triggers his true fire barrier and grips his blade. He counters with Tianquei. The collision creates a massive blast. It's not even a fair fight. He's playing in a different league. The wolf goes down. He secures its core and finishes the mission. Just then, a barrage of purple energy blasts out of nowhere. It catches Dantian off guard, sending him flying back. That's the aura of someone at the human origin stage. It's an old bandit. Someone who makes a living robbing others. He demands he hand over his treasure. He thinks he's got him, seeing his opponent is only at the first stage. The old man sneers. He starts channeling a finishing move, dead set on ending him. But Dantian is faster. He taps into the lightning strike technique. A massive bolt of thunder erupts, slamming directly into the old man. While the guy is still reeling from the shock, he moves in. He closes the distance in a heartbeat and delivers a clean finish. The bandit's in agony, gasping out why the poison didn't work. He was hit by it. Sure, but the old man didn't expect this. His true fire refined the toxin into pure energy instead. That's the only reason he survived the hit and downed the bandit. He heads inside the bandit's cave and sees the stash. Piles of treasures everywhere, proof of all the lives he's taken. This guy's been robbing people for a long time. He really hit the jackpot tonight. Suddenly, his eyes lock onto a dusty, ancient grimoire. It is the Beast Heart Sutra. He's just starting to grasp it. He realizes it holds countless combat arts mimicry techniques. He spends the whole day training, testing his limits. By sunset, he has mastered wolf strikes and tiger claws, tiger leaps, monkey agility. He practices deep into the night, even after hours. He feels like he has barely scratched the surface. Suddenly, a beautiful woman descends from the sky. She is in the empty bright realm, but clearly wounded. 3 figures are hunting her down, hot on her trail. They scream for her to stop. The chase is relentless. He thinks about leaving. His cultivation is far too low, but what can he do? He has always been a sucker for a pretty face. Seeing her graceful figure, he cannot turn his back. Ye Chen drags her into a thick bush. Just as the trio lands, the hunters arrive, searching for their prey. Seeing only Ye Chen, they demand to know where she went. He flips the switch, putting on his best acting performance. He plays dumb. And finally, they move on. The beauty steps out, looking pale and completely exhausted. She is suffering, and he realizes how bad things really are. They poisoned her with bliss dust. She is reaching her limit. She takes 2 shaky steps and starts to collapse. He lunges forward, catching her just before she hits the dirt. In this sudden, romantic moment, he freezes up. He is totally out of his element, completely flustered. He just sits there for a beat, staring at her. He spots a hidden cave left by a past expert. He carries the beauty inside, acting fast to save her. He begins circulating his energy to flush out the toxin. She wakes up, whimpering that she is burning up. The bliss dust has seeped deep into her veins. She looks at Ye Chen, her face flushed red. He is stunned. She is easily the most beautiful woman he has ever seen. You can see he is absolutely caught off guard. Suddenly, she crawls toward him, pressing her body against his. Her eyes are shut tight as she starts to pull at his clothes. Caught off balance, Ye Chen tries to push her back. He stammers, "Senior, wait. You need to calm down." Before he can finish, she locks her lips onto his. His mind goes blank. He is totally frozen. Her lips are soft, and a strange, Sweet scent fills the air. He feels his entire body go numb from the sudden rush. He tries to stay sharp, grabbing her shoulders to pull away. But the empty bright realm beauty just won't let him go. The effects of the paradise powder are really taking hold. She's not playing around getting stronger by the second. It's getting wild, the constant sound of tearing fabric. The clothes are shredded. Outside, the night is dead silent. But inside the cave, it's a total storm for both of them. Meanwhile, over at the little spirit courtyard, things are heating up. The Hangyu sect disciples are back, hunting down Ye Chen. Old man, hand over that brat right now, they scream. The old man is on his knees, begging them to stop. Poor Hua and the eagle beast are tied up, hanging in the air. They keep torturing all three of them until the sun comes up. Back at the mountain forest, a hand of spiritual energy clamps down. Ye Chen is slammed against the cliff, his face turning ghost white. He struggles to explain, "You were the one who jumped on me. You have no right to treat me like this." She snaps back. Looks like the paradise powder has finally worn off. She's fuming. She lashes out at the man who took her innocence. She's gripping his throat tighter and tighter now. The pervert is struggling, but he can't break her iron grip. He keeps shouting, trying to explain the truth through his gasps. Last night was all you, he thinks. Remembering the scene, he's right. Looking back, she was the one in control. Right then, a powerful aura surges into the cave. She recognizes it instantly. Huo Du has arrived. Wait for me to get back and deal with you, she warns. She stops, rushes to fix her clothes, and bolts out to chase him, leaving poor Ye Chen behind. Still tied up and struggling, he's cursing under his breath. Wait. He has the true fire, with his protective flame. These ropes are toast in a second. And just like that, he's finally free. Su Ling, you really want to keep fighting this battle? The bastard behind all this is still talking trash. He's under constant attack from the girl, clearly overwhelmed. You will pay a heavy price for ambushing me, she declares. She channels her spirit, blooming into a lotus of energy. Countless beams of light fire off, streaking toward them, dodging the blast. They sense a strong expert approaching from the sect. They decide it's time to cut and run while they can. 3-on-1. They'd win. But they aren't sticking around for help. Chu Linger, another woman, is calling out as she flies in. Su Yuan is right behind her, rushing into the fray. The Hangui sect disciples follow closely on their heels. It's like this girl was born to trip. Honestly, but luck is on her side. Someone always catches her, still not fully healed, and already out for revenge against Chen Jing. Lin Ani suddenly turns and leaves to handle some business. Everyone is stunned. She is still hurt. Where could she be going? She doesn't even look back. By the time she arrives, Diepthan has already hidden away. She remembers how she was the one who initiated that intimate moment. Her face turns bright red as she tries to push the memory out. Suddenly, So Nguyen flies over, and she jumps in total shock. He asks what she is searching for out here all alone. She stammers, trying to deny it, acting as guilty as can be. So Nguyen knows she is hiding something, but he keeps his cool. He tells her they need to go. The master and senior brothers are waiting. Once they leave, Diepthan finally dares to poke his head out. He has been hiding inside the carcass of the wolf he took down earlier. He feels like his luck is just cursed. He is clearly the victim here. It was her fault. Yet she is the one acting like he is the bad guy. Meanwhile, at the small garden, those bullies are escalating their torture. They are targeting the old man, trying to break him completely. But the old man remains stubborn, refusing to say a single word. They are relentless, keeping their secrets buried deep. The bully gets tired of kicking and drags out a whip to lash him. The sound of the whip hitting flesh is sickening and sharp. Little Ho Oe is terrified, screaming and crying out for his grandfather. One of the seniors warns them not to go too far and kill him. If the higher-ups hear about it, none of them will be able to face the heat. But then, the bully glances over at the eagle with a sinister grin. He laughs, saying he heard they treat this eagle like family. He wants to see how it tastes, a truly cruel threat. Ho Oa is gagged and struggling, his eyes burning with helpless rage. He wants to fight back, but there is absolutely nothing he can do. It is a desperate, heart-wrenching sight. Just then, Diepthan arrives at the entrance with the wolf carcass. He catches the entire scene unfolding right before his eyes. Trong Dao and his lackeys have the old man and his family tied up. They are covered in fresh wounds. It is a brutal, Disgusting display. Diep then realizes they have crossed a line they can never walk back from. He lets out a roar, his eyes burning with pure, unadulterated killing intent. Trung Dao sneers at him, claiming he has a lot of nerve for a weakling. He builds up his energy and charges forward with his sword technique. Diep then does not even bother to dodge the incoming strike. He takes the hit, head on, and it does not leave a single scratch on him. With all his might, Diep then smacks Trung Dao straight in the face. The bully goes flying, crashing down several meters away in a heap. His lackeys have to catch him. They are clearly starting to panic, but they have orders to follow from their master. Even with their fear, they grit their teeth and charge at him together. Not even a scratch on him. He didn't even have to lift a finger. Diep Thun just pulsed his haki, that blue light tearing through the air. The goons went flying, and he rushed over to steady the old man. He was fading fast, unable to even open his eyes. Tiger cub, right there next to him, sobbing his heart out, calling for his grandfather. Diep Thun's face turned stone cold. He swore right then and there, never again. Not one more person under his watch would ever get hurt. His glare snapped to those bullies, who were still writhing in the dirt. They were shaking now, terrified. We know we messed up. Please, have mercy on us. Diep Thun didn't hesitate. He drove a kick straight into one guy's Dantian. Total cultivation shattered. Then he turned his attention to Trung Dao. The coward backed away, stammering. Do you even know who my father is? My master leads the Zhongfang sect. So be smart. Don't do anything reckless, ignoring the trash. Diep Thun didn't waste a breath. He stepped forward and delivered a ruthless kick to the guy's Dantian. Blood sprayed as he collapsed. Finally realizing how badly he'd screwed up, the guy fell to his knees, pathetic, begging for a truce. Come on, man. It was Triu Suhuan. He wanted the Tianlin charm, so he sent us here to get it for him. Diep Thun didn't care. He left him in the dirt and went to find Triu Long. A storm of pure rage was heading straight for Duongfang. Meanwhile, Triu Long was at the peak of the mountain, listening to a sermon. That's when he got the challenge notification. They'd meet at the Fangvun stage. The elder heard his opponent was just some trash, so he let Triu Long go ahead, just warning him not to overdo it and look like a bully. The crowd was already packing the entire area around the Fangvun stage, dying to see some punk try to solo. Triu Long, who was already sitting at the 6th level of Nung Qi. Diep Thun had been waiting on the stage since the afternoon. Word was, plenty of people who stood on this stage didn't exactly walk away in one piece. Finally, Triu Long showed up. A whole entourage of guys flanked him like he was the boss. The moment he stepped onto the stage, he started grandstanding. For the disciples watching, Diep Thun just stood there, ignoring the show. Neither wasted time. They both started channeling power and leaped into the center. More trash talk. Triu Long warned him first, saying no matter what, he wouldn't break the rules of the Fangvun stage, so he shouldn't blame him for being ruthless. The fangirls down below were screaming, cheering their idol on. Diep Thun wanted to end this quick. He reached for his sword, but Triu Long blocked him. Don't be so impatient, kid. A spar like this needs a wager. How about this? Whoever loses has to serve the winner for life. Serving that guy for life? Forget it. Not interested. No way. I'm taking orders from a cripple who'll never heal. Time to get out of here. If you're gonna play, go big. I'm betting my life on this. Hearing that arrogance, he loses it. He's furious. Accepting the challenge, why not play along? In a flash, he gathers his energy, lunges forward, and throws a kick straight at Diep Thun, but he barely manages to block with the Nkuyet. Now it's Diep Thun's turn. He charges in with a massive sword, ready to strike. He's about to show him the price of looking down on a boss. He's desperate. Uses a secret technique to scrap the blade right out of his hand, but Diep Thun dodges the strikes, immediately channeling his energy. Sword aura flares up, aimed dead straight at the guy. That power is insane, ripping up the ground and tossing rocks everywhere. Diep Thun lets out a cold laugh, leaping high to clear the range of the blast. His opponent is stunned by that brutal movement, totally caught off guard. Diep Thun instantly unleashes his own martial art, the Fury of the Tiger. He closes the distance in just a few steps, right in front of Triu Long, combining his martial arts with pure force. He sends the guy flying into the air, landing back down. gasping for air. Triu Long looks completely lost. He can't believe it. Since when did this loser get this strong? Panicked, he pulls out his trump card, the wolf fist technique. A wave of green energy erupts, manifesting a frozen wolf lunging ahead. The crowd can't believe their eyes. Triu Long is actually using this move. Over on the other side, Diep then unleashes his thunder fist. He packs all that lightning into one strike to intercept the wolf's fire. The impact is earth-shattering, creating a massive explosion that forces him back. No time to rest. He grips his heavy sword, charging in for the kill, channeling lightning into the blade. He pours everything into one final strike. Triu Long tries to block, but his sword is like a toothpick against Thien Kuyet. It snaps instantly. Just like that, the match is over. Triu Long is down, defeated by a kid who just hit the first level of Qi. Even in defeat, he wears that smug, arrogant look on his face. He's sure Diep then won't dare finish him off. Not with his master backing him. Below, the crowd starts jeering, threatening him with his master's wrath. Then, a girl named Tulam Nuyet steps up, trying to talk him down. She tells him to stay calm, that everything can be resolved slowly. Seeing her, his mind flashes back to someone from his past. All of them are just fakes, acting high and mighty while playing games. The guy thinks he's untouchable, betting that his master will back him up. Below, the crowd starts jeering, threatening him, claiming his master won't let it slide. They're making all sorts of noise, acting like they run the place. Then a woman named Tu Lam Guet steps forward into the fray. She tries to intervene, urging him to stay calm and talk it through. Looking at her, he's suddenly hit with memories of people from his past. Just another fake act, all of them putting on such a superior front. Thuong mercilessly channels a searing foot flame. A scorching blow slams into the villain's arm. Suddenly, a figure leaps down from above. It is Elder Cat Hong from Di Duong Fong. He arrives just in time, and Triu Long acts like a dog seeing his master. Triu Long begs for his life. Master, help me, this bastard is actually trying to kill me. The elder steps up, coldly ordering Diep then to let him go. He even tosses out an offer for the kid to join Dai Duong Fong. Diep then just laughs way too late for that invitation. His mocking refusal hits the elder hard. The old man is furious. He heads one of the 3 great peaks. He even broke the rules to invite an outsider into the inner court. Still, the kid refuses him flat out. Enraged, the elder unleashes his aura to suppress Diep Tran. The pressure is insane. Diep Tran coughs up blood, but he doesn't flinch, standing his ground. He refuses to bow to the elder's demands. Cat Hong pumps more pressure out, laughing loudly. He forces the kid to release his disciple immediately. Diep Than grabs the villain, using him as a shield while pulling a blade. He snarls, "This is my final bet. If you want him alive, accept my terms." Diep Than knows crossing an elder brings nothing but trouble, but he's not letting go. He needs leverage. The elder doesn't care about his disciple. He wants to crush this insolent brat. Diep Than has completely humiliated him. Suddenly, a mysterious voice booms out, stopping the elder cold. "If you kill a fellow disciple, the punishment will be severe." The Tao voice echoes from the main hall. It rings out from the mountain on the other side. After a stern lecture, Cat Hong has to back down. He tosses a storage bag at Diep Than with a vicious flick. The force is so heavy Diep Than has to use his sword to barely catch it. "That's your compensation." The elder sneers before dragging his useless disciple away. He vows to make Diep Than pay a brutal price later. News of Diep Than almost killing Triu Long spreads across all 3 peaks. Back at the peak, Triu Long cowers in shame. He faces his master, who is absolutely livid. "You have completely ruined the reputation of Dai Duong Peak." Meanwhile, Diep Tran is thrilled with the treasures Cat Hong left behind. Turns out, the old man actually had some sincerity after all. He grabs a pile of supplies and heads back to Tu Lin Vien. It is time for hot pot with old man Truong. Truong muses, remembering how he was betrayed by his own disciple. Now, he's being taken care of by this young man. Helping her out was a total joke. He was just trying to eat. The girl, Tam Nuet from Non Duong Peak, strolls in. She acts so stuck up, handing him an invitation for tomorrow. She tells him to join their peak as a disciple. Then she turns away, mocking him. "Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't think you're invincible just because you got a little lucky." The old man urges him not to waste his future. "Just take it. Be patient. And grab the opportunity. He's still eating when a guy in white flies in. It's Wei Duong, a disciple from Thien Duong Peak. Same arrogant vibe as the rest of them. He says his master sent a message he saw some potential in him, so he's willing to take him in as a disciple. Honestly hilarious. They kicked him out last time without a second thought. Now they're fighting over him like he's some prize. These people don't respect him at all. If he keeps crawling back to be their disciple, he's just asking for humiliation. He needs to focus on his own growth first. Spend his time leveling up his strength. He has to watch out for Cat Hong. He knows that guy is ruthless, and there's no way he's just going to let this go. Today, he heads to Van Bao Kak to hunt for some gear to help him train. This place, it has everything. Rare herbs like non-henwin grass, Bich Duong ginseng, and Tudang vines, top-tier stuff. But so expensive. And he's, honestly, broke. He can't afford any of it. He checks out the arcane arts section instead. A manual catches his eye. It's a guide on brewing spiritual liquid. With this method, he won't even need the sect's measly support anymore, but it's surprisingly cheap. So he asks the shopkeeper why. The guy reveals the truth: you need flames born from the earth to brew it. At the very least, you need earth fire for a normal cultivator. This book is basically useless because earth fire is sealed away in the spirit altar, treated like a treasure by that old geezer. Fuck. Earth fire is needed to brew the liquid. But wait. True fire works too, and honestly, it's even stronger. He decides to buy it. Suddenly, his true fire starts acting up on its own. He knows it's caught a scent of something valuable nearby. He follows it. He feels pumped. The flame turns into a streak of light, darting toward the treasure zone. Wrapping tightly around an old gourd covered in mysterious ancient carvings, he takes a peek inside, just pitch black, nothing special to see at all. But hey, if his flame wants it, it can't be anything ordinary. He bites the bullet, pays the 10,300 spirit stones. And after all that haggling, he's basically crying over his lost cash. He drags out the jar, just to see if he got scammed. He shakes it, flips it, rolls it around in his hands. Nothing. Not a thing. All that money down the drain, it hurts. He's pinning all his hopes on this being worth something. Doesn't look like refining this spiritual liquid is too hard. He just needs 10 more types of spirit herbs to finish up. He sprints up the mountain, searching every hidden corner. There are plenty of herbs here, but they're tricky to spot. Still, with his technique, he gathers a whole haul in a blink. The last ingredient is snow jade orchid, a total nightmare to find. He's out until midnight when he finally catches a glimpse. Then, some girl struts up, demanding he hand over the goods. It's to Tam Nguyen. Like hell he's giving it up, finders keepers. If she wants it, she can go hunt for her own. She's got a nasty temper. Instantly launching a green wind attack. Beatins. But she isn't taking his loot that easily. He can't believe she's burning secret arts over one little herb. He draws his sword, parrying and countering with everything he's got. She's clearly looking for revenge. Screaming, he's too bloodthirsty. She thinks she's going to teach him a lesson? Not today. Suddenly, he feels another energy signature lingering nearby. Someone is trying to ambush him. Watch out. A blast of energy rips through the air, forcing him back. This new guy is definitely at the human origin realm. 2-on-1. And they're way too strong. He's totally outmatched. He takes hit after hit, his internal organs screaming in pain. He coughs up blood. The guy ambushing him is Tehao, from the peak of human yang. Just snatched his herb, holding the stolen plant. Tehao mocks him, begging for a fight. But with such a huge power gap, he has to swallow his rage. He bites his tongue, waiting for the day he can pay them back. Finally, after days of collecting, he has enough materials. He channels his true fire to start refining the spiritual liquid. It's all about controlling the heat. Watching the herbs wither down, everything melts into the fire, transforming into pure essence. He pours the liquid into the jars he prepped earlier. Done. Now for the real test. He's dying to see the effect. He chugs the whole bottle in one go. Out of nowhere, his body starts shaking like crazy. His true fire is roaring, burning hotter than he's ever felt before. The prepared vials are ready. He's done. Now it's time to see the results. He wonders just how effective this medicine will actually be. Without hesitation, he downs the whole vial, and suddenly, his body starts shaking. Real power surges as his inner flames ignite, burning brighter than ever. It feels like a surge of raw power surging through every channel. His meridians have finally pushed through to the next major breakthrough. He's hit the second level of chi condensation finally. Dantian laughs out loud. Pure joy. The Lenger process was a total success, way beyond what he expected. Using true fire really is a step up, much better than earth fire. Though it burns through materials like crazy, especially that snow jade orchid. That stuff is getting hard to find. Buying more is the fastest way. But his pockets are completely empty. Then it hits him. The Fong Van platform. Wait. That gives him an idea. He's got a plan. That'll work. He wastes no time. Firing off a challenge to V Duong from Thian Duong Peak. That guy is already at the peak of the 7th level of chi condensation. And here's Dantian. Just strolling up to the sparring arena like a tourist. He's waving at the crowd below. Looking like he just won the lottery. Walking into a brawl expecting to get mangled. Why is he so hyped? As soon as he meets him, Ve Duong starts barking. Blaming Dantian, he tried to invite him over. And Dantian just straight up ghosted him. He totally forgot. Plus, he really doesn't care about Thian Duong Peak. That really sets him off. Ve Duong is fuming now. He starts channeling his ice chi. And instantly, a layer of frost coats the stage. The temperature drops to freezing. It's biting cold. Today, he's going to teach Dantian what happens when you disrespect them. Time for Dantian to turn on the acting mode. He pretends to be shocked. He fakes it, oh no. He's not careful enough. His feet are stuck. That ice is creeping up fast. V Duong thinks he's got him. Once Dantian is fully encased, he charges in for the kill. Talk about easy pickings. V Duong thinks this fight is basically over. But behind that layer of ice, Dantian lets out a cold, sharp smirk. Ve Duong freezes, senses danger, and pulls back. A crisp cracking sound echoes through the arena as the ice starts to shatter. Dantian steps out. Laughing, he was just playing with him. The idiot actually fell for it. He lunged straight for his Dantian. Dantian fires off a kick that sends him flying across the stage. But he's not getting away that easily. Dantian grabs his arm. While Ve Duong is still airborne, he slams him down into the ground, face first into the dirt. Over and over again, the sound of the impacts is brutal. He's ragdolling him around. V Duong is landing face first every time. He's terrified. Sweating bullets, he starts screaming for mercy. Completely broken. Fine. Have it your way. Dantian tosses him off the stage with style. He hits the floor with a massive crash, landing hard at the edge. He's beaten, battered, and totally ruined, but he's still running his mouth. With a clean, perfect throw, he sends his opponent flying to the edge. A heavy thud echoes as the guy hits the ground. Clearly in bad shape, even through the pain. He keeps mouthing off. Still acting tough. It's a real shame he still had so many secret arts left to unleash. Then, he just passes out cold. Now comes the best part, time to loot the spoils of war. Talk about a loaded rich kid. Let's see just how much treasure we can find. He starts digging through the guy's pockets, stripping him of every single valuable. He doesn't stop until there's literally nothing left to take. Once he's sure the body's been picked clean, this opportunist finally heads out, leaving the crowd watching from below, completely stunned and speechless. Seriously, this guy has no shame. Talk about a desperate thief. As soon as he hits the shop, the bald manager greets him with a huge grin. Dantian panics a bit, seeing the price of those snow jade orchids. They're expensive. But what can you do? He's got to pay up. With 2 heavy bags of cash, he walks away with 40 stalks of spirit herb. The guy even throws in 10 extra as a bonus for a big spender. Being the thrifty guy he is, he asks exactly where these herbs are grown. Turns out, finding them in the wild is basically impossible. You really only find them growing in massive quantities in private spirit gardens. Back home, he fires up his true flame to refine the spirit liquid. He's so much faster at this now. He handles the huge pile with ease. In just half a day, he manages to craft over 20 full vials. He's literally sweating buckets just to get this finished. The whole room is scorching, filled with that heavy medicinal scent. He's exhausted and honestly, he just chugs those 20 vials straight down. You have to realize, just one of these vials is packed with power. It's enough raw spirit energy to shatter the Dantian of a 7th tier fighter. As he drinks, his inner energy starts absorbing the surge, radiating heat. Steam starts pouring off his body as his core begins to overflow. Days fly by like this. While every single meridian in his body clears up, energy floods into him, filling every gap, pushing him past his limits. Diep Thun breaks through again, hitting the 3rd layer of the condensation realm. Right now, with this level of power, he could actually go toe-to-toe with a true origin master. Finally, he heads out of the cave, right away. He spots a streak of blue-white light zip past him. It's moving at insane speeds, gone in the blink of an eye. Wait. Another light? Why are there so many today? He freezes mid-step, watching as the figure slows down. It's a woman incredibly beautiful, looking ethereal under the moonlight. Now, hold on just a second. Let me think about this. That's the exact same woman who pinned him down and had her way with him back in the cave. I need to scram. And fast. She's way too dangerous to deal with. But in his panic, he trips over a stray branch. He goes down hard, rolling across the ground and letting out a loud shout. He knows he's done for this time. Just as he expected, she snaps her fingers, using her energy to bind him up tight. He's tied up, helpless, and completely at her mercy. As the moment of truth drew near, Diep Than could only yield to fate. Are you a disciple of the Hangnok sect? She suddenly asked. He jolted awake. Wait. Does she not even recognize him? Realizing this young man really belonged to Hangnok, she let him go. Still, she felt suspicious, unsettled by his strange, nervous behavior. Regaining his calm, he pointed toward the northeast. A streak of light just flew that way. He lied. Hearing this, she immediately activated a sound transmission charm, alerting her senior brother to the northeast. She sat down, focusing her energy. Intense heat radiated from her body. It rose up, forming a massive, shimmering protective barrier. She urged Diep Than to leave this place immediately, overjoyed to have escaped death. He bolted in a flash, watching him leave. She muttered in doubt, "Is my face really that scary?" Just as Diep Than vanished, another woman flew down to the scene. This was the real Lin Ni, and the one he met was her twin sister. That would explain the confusion her sister had been in secluded cultivation. But feeling such a massive disturbance, she had to break her training. This commotion was far greater than anything they had seen before. Could this barrier even hold it back? Lin Ni wondered. She sat down at once, channeling her energy to assist her sister. Meanwhile, Diep Than was already far away, running for his life. He pondered the mystery. Could there really be two of them? He prayed it was so, because if that was the girl from that night, she would be a Hangnok sect member, and he would have to leave. That sect is nothing but drama. Just look at the morning chaos. Harsh shouting echoed as cultivators surrounded a young boy inside Lin San Road. Someone moved to attack, but Diep Than appeared, blocking the blow instantly. He soon learned the boy, Kowa, supposedly broke sect rules. They claimed he had no right to trespass into the martial hall, but little Kong Kong argued they were the ones who dragged him here. His words infuriated them. They drew their swords to silence him. These thugs clearly had no shame, but Diep Than was having none of it. He struck with a single kick, shattering the bully's sword instantly. Strange, Diep Than hadn't even touched him, yet the guy collapsed. The bully rolled on the ground, wearing a wicked, sinister grin. It was all a setup. He had already lured Diep Than into his trap. How dare anyone from the martial hall dare to intrude here? Yet, little Kang tries to argue that the others dragged him into this. That just makes them even angrier. Their tempers reaching a breaking point, they draw their blades, looking to silence these guys for good, not caring about their threats. Diep Than strikes out in a flash. One kick, and the bully's sword shatters into pieces, an incredible display, without even laying a finger on him. The guy is already twitching on the floor. He's wearing a sinister grin, acting as if he's already trapped. Diep Than, he jumps up instantly, screaming for help at the top of his lungs. The crowd around him just mindlessly tags along, blindly joining in the chaos. Whether by coincidence or a calculated move, senior brother Duan shows up just in time. Without wasting a single breath, he drags him straight to the disciplinary chamber. He doesn't give a damn about any of them. He walks right in, Once Ho-Oa is dragged along, he's ready to see exactly what they're planning. According to sect rules, Diep Thun supposedly hurt a fellow disciple. The punishment? Getting whipped with the fire lash. To be carried out immediately. They lock him tight against the pillar. He isn't going anywhere now. Duan and Trung wear these fake, smug faces, teasing him while gripping the whips. They drop a few taunts. Then the execution of the punishment begins. This is pure malice, just a few strikes in, and he's already coughing up blood. It's excruciating, but he grits his teeth hard, refusing to let out a single sound. Seeing that only fuels their fire, making them lash out even more viciously. Trung's mind is swirling with nothing but dark, twisted intentions for Diep Thun. An entire hour drags by. The relentless, biting sound of the lash echoing out, over and over. The whip cracks, tearing into Diep Thun's defenseless body. By now, there's not a single inch of his skin left without a bloody mark. But get this, the more crazily Trung lashes out, the more terrified he gets. He's laid over 100 lashes into him, yet not a single whimper escapes. Even for a peak Ningxuan realm expert, this should be impossible. Hell, even someone in the Ren Yuan realm would struggle to survive this. Summoning every bit of strength left, he lands one final, brutal blow. Completely winded and gasping for air, he finally orders them to cut him down. The moment the chains fall, he collapses, his body hitting the floor hard. But he doesn't stay down. He struggles back up to his feet. He throws Duan Bin a look so icy, so sharp, it freezes him in place. Duan Bin shudders in genuine terror, like he's staring into the eyes of a monster. 3 days pass before Diep Thun finally snaps back to consciousness. His whole body is on fire with pain, but his wounds have been bandaged. Those bastards, he thinks. Just you wait, you'll pay for this. He lets out a cold, sharp breath, fighting through the agony to sit up. Crossing his legs, he begins channeling the Manhwa body refining technique. It's an incredibly deep, high-level secret art, far beyond what they expect. Slowly, those brutal wounds start to vanish, the fire in his veins cooling down. He keeps training deep into the night, pushing himself past every limit. By now, Diep Thun's skin is smooth again, soft as the day he was born. He feels stronger than he ever has in his entire life. It's like those scars didn't just heal, they transformed into raw, new power. A while later, Old Man Trung comes to check on him, freezing in his tracks. He's stunned senseless by the sheer, miraculous speed of Diep Thun's recovery. Seeing him alive is a relief by now. The old man treats him like family. He decides to hand over a special gift, something to help him grow. He opens it up. It's the legendary Heavenly Spirit Pearl, a true hidden treasure. That's the legendary Heaven Spirit Curse, a trick, but a deadly one. Something this precious, I really can't accept it. Keep it. Old Zhang just pushes it right back. You need the Thian Lin charm. Only with internal energy can you actually activate the thing. It's useless in my hands. I just hope that later on, it helps you clear a path through whatever trouble comes next. I'm grateful. He takes it without another word. Many thanks for the gift, Senior. Now, watch this. A hooded, mysterious figure is watching, stalking one of the disciples from high up in the trees. It's Diep Thun, and he's quietly putting his plan into motion. That sweet revenge he's been plotting, it's finally happening. In the blink of an eye, the guy's down, completely knocked out. Now for the fun part, strip him of every single valuable. He leaves nothing but the underwear. A mercy, I guess. No more use for him. Diep then kicks him flying, deep into the woods, then heads off to find the next target. And just like that, every single bully gets the same treatment. Knocked cold, tied up, and left completely exposed in the open. A heartbeat later, a scream cuts through the air. It draws a crowd, and they're all in for a massive shock. In just one day, his entire group of tormentors is wiped out. Cat Hong is furious. He's suspicious of Diep Thun, and sir, but he just can't believe it. He's seen what happened. The kid took 100 fire whips and lived. That's a miracle. How could he even stand, let alone do this? Could someone from Thien Duong or Nhan Duong Peak be behind this? Investigate. I don't care who it is. They have to be destroyed. Diep Thun, meanwhile, is grinning ear to ear at his hall. Look at all this loot he managed to borrow from them. Gotta say, the Daya Duong disciples are seriously loaded. All these materials? This is more than enough. Enough to push me straight to the 4th level of cultivation. He's not waiting around. He drinks every drop of spirit liquid. He channels his energy. It's time to break through. His Dantian starts drinking up that massive wave of power. Aura is literally burning around him in a flash of light. A shockwave of blue energy pulses out from his core. He's done it. Officially reached the 4th level of energy condensation. The next morning, Dantian is geared up and ready to go. Like a pro, he throws on that signature intimidating mask. He dashes straight into the forest, hunting for targets, barely inside. And 3 guys are already in his sights. One of them is 2 Min, just a low-level errand boy, serving Cat Hong. But he crossed the line. He beat up Ko Oa. And that's something he won't forgive. With a cold, hateful glare, Dantian locks onto his mark, just as he's about to charge. 5 guys show up brandishing steel. They're here for one reason: to take down the blood spider. That thing is one seriously vicious, bloodthirsty beast. Suddenly, an orb flies straight toward them. 2 Min stays alert and intercepts it, shattering the smoke bomb instantly. The whole area turns pitch black while these sharp, rhythmic thuds ring out. The group is completely panicking. They have no idea what's happening. Totally spooked. 2 Min gathers his energy and lunges toward the noise. He tries to strike, but it's way too late to pull back now, because that's his junior brother. And Dantian sees his chance. Dantian darts behind him and nails him with a strike. That's the power of the 6th level of chi condensation for you. Truly a different class even after one hit. He's still standing, so Dantian levels him with another, clearing out the whole group. He's feeling pretty proud, laughing to himself. Nice day for some target practice. Everywhere Dantian goes, you can hear the sound of another beating. By midday, he's exhausted and finally strips off his gear to rest. Then he spots 2 more guys at the origin stage charging in. Back into the gear he goes seriously. They won't give him a break. He uses the same old trick, tossing another smoke bomb at them. Dantian flicks his poison needles from behind to finish them off. They're left dizzy, out cold. Honestly, he should save these needles. Seeing the 2 of them stripped bare, he just grins to himself. Don't blame me for this. If you want to blame someone, blame your master. Once the villagers are untied, over 20 captives are dragged off. They're all lined up, snaking along. Not a single stitch of clothing left. This makes Cat Hong absolutely furious, screaming her lungs out in a rage. Even the bears nearby can hear her. But Dantian doesn't care. He's just having the time of his life. Having doubled his haul from yesterday, digging through the loot, he spots the refining chi technique, a weapon crafting manual. Now watch this. His eyes practically light up with pure greed. Dantian plans to forge a new weapon, lighter than the Heaven Sunderer, something that will finally let him push his combat speed even further. He says it, so he does it, finding a cave to dump all his stolen gear. He starts forging it in the true fire. Refining weapons needs real heat. It's like this fire was made just for him. Honestly, check it out. He's turned this whole pile into a literal furnace. He's pulling out the purest essence hidden deep within every single weapon. 2 hours of refining fly by until everything merges into one. What's left is a block of red iron, stripped of all the impurities. A treasure like this is made for someone like him. He thinks, look at this, a furnace meant to refine the absolute essence. It's all hidden deep within every single weapon here. 2 hours of refining pass, and everything melts into one. A block of red-hot iron, stripped of all its impurities. All the impurities are gone, leaving behind only the purest spiritual energy. Next up, it's time to forge his new weapon. He controls the true fire, hammering it down without stopping, shaping it into the perfect blade. 4 long days of work. The forging process is finally over. And the result? Absolutely worth it. A glowing, bright red sword, and razor sharp. He drips his blood onto the steel. It shakes, erupting in a pillar of flame. Then it cools down. Time to test this beast out. With one swing, he cuts through a boulder like it's nothing. Clean in 2. Dantian is pretty satisfied, gently stroking the blade. From now on, you're sick too. Today, he's heading out for one last hunt. He plans to retire after this. The others have gotten smart too. They're being extra careful, moving in groups to pick herbs. Treat Yu Long is out there too. Time to show him a real lesson. Suddenly, Diepten stops. He watches something strange happen. Trio Long pulls a wooden stick from his basket and creeps up behind someone. He smashes it right over the head of a disciple from the Nun Duong sect. They were just picking herbs nearby. Diep Thun is totally confused. The guy keeps wailing on him, yelling that this is for the Thien Duong sect. He screams about how they dared to ambush his people. Honestly, I give up. I just said they were getting smart. Didn't I? I take that back. They're actually here in groups to set up ambushes. Diep Thun pauses, deeply troubled by the thought. Things at the Hung Nyak sect aren't going to be peaceful anymore. The three main peaks are going to turn on each other, doubting every move. This ambush he started, man. He really created some chaos here, just like he figured. The situation keeps escalating. Trung Lao from the Tien Duong Peak is absolutely furious about it. He orders his disciples to be on high alert against the Dida and Nyun Peaks. Over at the Nyun Peak, Jung Chen Nyun is roaring too. He swears he'll make the Thien and Dia Peaks pay a heavy price. Ever since then, the forest is filled with the sound of people getting jumped, followed by the sounds of fighting and a lot of screaming. Everyone in the forest is on edge now, scared to even climb the mountain. You never know when you might accidentally catch a wooden stick to the face. It doesn't stop there. Challenges between the three sects are getting constant. The two Sur sisters are incredibly confused, wondering who started this mess. Diep Thun sneezes out of nowhere. He feels a chill, like someone is talking about him. Anyway, he's back to focusing, diligently refining his spiritual liquid. He's completely over these petty little games. Suddenly, Diep Thun sneezes, feeling a strange, cold chill run down his back, like someone is talking about him. But he shakes it off. He's still focused, hard at work, refining that spirit liquid. Now he has over 100 bottles ready. 2 days and 3 nights of hard work, but the haul was worth it. He spots Dieu, still struggling with that injury from way back. The beast is still limping. At this rate, flying is at least a month away. I guess I have to help you out, he mutters. He pulls out a vial of spirit essence, carefully pouring out a small drop. As the power flows into Dieu, the creature suddenly feels a burning heat. It cries out in pain, panic rising in its eyes. But he calms it down. Just trust me. This is the only way to heal you. In a flash, Dieu makes a full recovery. It tears off the bandages wrapped around its body. With a joyful shriek, it takes off, soaring straight into the sky. Stepping back inside, he finds little Tuoa still fast asleep. He decides to check the kid and gets a surprise. The boy's meridians are blocked. It will be nearly impossible for him to cultivate later. Diep Thun focuses his energy, pushing to clear the path. The spiritual veins open up instantly. Next, he targets the Dantian. Opening the core, it immediately starts absorbing spiritual energy. Thanks to his experience with spirit fluids, Diep Thun knows exactly what to do. He carefully regulates the flames, careful not to overwhelm the boy. Hard work pays off. 3 hours of grueling treatment finally yield success. You are up early, young man, the elder notes. Lao Trong walks out to find the boy has already finished breakfast. Working that hard? You deserve 10 girlfriends for that effort alone. Just then, Ho-Oh rushes out, panicked, shouting to the old man. He tells him his body feels like it is burning up, filled with raw energy. Spiritual chi is radiating right out of him. The old man checks him over and beams with joy. His grandson's meridians are finally open. He can actually start cultivating now. Diep Thun watches silently, lost in thought. Is it really the right call to change the boy's fate like this? The path of a cultivator is dangerous, lonely, and unforgiving. Time has passed, and Diep Thun can finally return to the martial arts hall. He walks in openly, without anyone suspecting a thing. Even his peers are stunned by his miraculous recovery speed. He heads straight for the library. It is completely empty. Makes sense, everyone is out watching that high-stakes battle between the top 3. It is all over now. He wonders when this misunderstanding will finally end. An elder arrives to greet him and take back his identity card. He offers to show Diep Thun around the grounds. After looking for a while, he realizes the first floor is just for beginners. Everything here is pretty basic. The real goods must be tucked away somewhere else. It finally clicks. This first floor is just for low-level trainees. All junk. Total garbage. Not a single decent weapon in sight. All the mystical cultivation manuals are kept up at the high pavilion. Just as things get quiet, an argument breaks out of nowhere. It is Little Rabbit, currently being watched over by the elder. The elder is busy chasing away a chubby kid with a bird-like haircut. The kid looks pretty interesting. The second he sees Ye Chen, he runs over. He starts poking around, having somehow noticed Ye Chen carries true fire. Naturally, Ye Chen denies it immediately. That kind of flame is way too precious. A trainee disciple like me? How could I possibly have something like that? Deep down, Ye Chen is suspicious. Even the masters of the three main peaks couldn't see it. Yet this chubby guy somehow managed to spot him. The kid knows Ye Chen is lying because he can clearly smell the heat. He is about to shout to the elder. So Ye Chen quickly covers his mouth. You chubby guy. You are way too talkative. Do you want me to make you fatter? Ye Chen flashes a sinister smile. Seeing his attitude, the kid knows the truth. Since the secret is out, he basically accepts the situation. When the elder walks over, he hides Ye Chen and claims he was just practicing singing. Once the elder leaves, he immediately kneels and hugs Ye Chen's leg. He is begging Ye Chen to borrow that true fire to refine a treasure. It is a mace, radiating a strange purple and black aura. It looks quite dangerous. The mace is covered in spikes. This thing holds a lingering evil intent from its previous owner. That is the only reason he hasn't been able to make this weapon acknowledge him. Ye Chen agrees to help, but on one condition: he must keep his secret. Any evil intent is purely yin energy. True fire, however, is born from the heavens and earth. It is absolutely a yang element. It is definitely strong enough to burn away all that corruption. Several hours pass by. Ye Chen is starting to get pretty tired. That evil aura is way too strong. Even his tyrannical true fire needs another hour to fully refine this black mist. No problem, I have plenty of time. The kid laughs triumphantly. He stares at the weapon he is about to claim, drooling with excitement. During the wait, he introduces himself as Xiong Er. His brother is Zhong Da, so Ye Chen guesses his little brother must be Xiong San. They chat for a while. And finally, the refining is complete. The black mist has transformed into pure energy, making the mace bigger. He joyfully hugs the weapon, ready to leave. But Ye Chen calls him back. Hey, you pig-nosed kid. You are not planning on skipping the payment, right? Zhang Er remembers his secret plan and turns back around. He proposes a partnership with Ye Chen. Since he is the elder in charge of the herb garden, he can easily steal snowgrass. A voice snaps him back. That old guy, pouting, demands payment. You really not planning to pay me extra? Hung Ni thinks fast. A plan hits him. He turns back, wanting to team up. A startup. Since he's the elder guarding the herb garden, this works. He could easily swipe some snow herbs. Perfect for the job. GSNI Gok. OAMAGSS. She leads Diep then inside. But they both stop dead. Voices from inside: a man and a woman messing around. That definitely doesn't sound like their uncle. Hung and he gets suspicious. Creeps in to take a look. And sees it. It's Hung Tam, bold enough to sneak a girl in here, right while he's supposed to be guarding the herb garden for their uncle. Busted. The guy scrambles to kick the girl out, not forgetting to tell her, let's meet by the banana trees tonight. Walking past Diep then, she spots a handsome guy and winks. He ignores her. He's already got his heart set on someone else. After checking on his brother, Hung Ni decides to test his gear. He whips out his massive dark treasure and gives it a swing. He thought he was getting rare herbs. Not this. This feels more like a heist. Are we really hanging out with thieves? He just chuckles. Then leads Diep then deeper inside, to a garden, or more like a field. Actually, it's glowing everywhere, packed with precious spirit nectar. Talk about hiding the good stuff. These guys are pros. By evening, both of them have stuffed their bags to the brim. They chant a shrinking spell to make everything easier to carry. But then, his left eye starts twitching, a bad omen. He tells Diep then, we need to bolt. Now, suddenly, the fire inside his Dantian starts shaking. There's treasure around here somewhere. But where is it? They're almost out. But a shadow flies in front of them. It's Hung Nai's uncle, blocking their only way out. They are in serious trouble now. The old man looks furious. What are you two doing here at this hour? He demands. He scratches his head, lying through his teeth instantly, saying he came to deliver a wedding invite for his dad, who's marrying again. Stunned, like he's been struck by lightning, the uncle flies off to check it. Just like that, the two thieves dodge a major catastrophe. Over 900 herbs, and Diep then plans to refine them all into spirit nectar, to be split right down the middle. Time for a break that was way too close for comfort. If they got caught, they'd be battered to a pulp for sure. Still, it's not his problem. He catches some sleep. After resting, the two of them get back to work. A haul this massive takes an insane amount of time and effort. Hung Ni's no slouch, so he's a huge help to Deep Than. A few days pass, and these two troublemakers finally finish it up. Exhausted, sweaty, completely drained, they finally reach the end. They get a moment to just sit and catch their breath. Sitting on a mountain of treasure, they start bragging. The wind settles down as they split the loot and say their goodbyes. Listening to him, he realizes the inner sect disciple trial is coming up fast. If he were still back at the Zhongyang sect, he would have made it. He would have entered the inner sect a long time ago. But fate is a fickle thing. Kicked out, humiliated, facing nothing but scorn. But heaven has given him a second chance here at the Heng Yue sect. He has to prove himself. So he has to nail this. Slowly, he absorbs and refines, easily breaking through to the 5th level of qi condensation. Starting from this 5th level, leveling up gets much tougher. It demands intense, radical changes within the body. He's wondering where to find more spiritual energy when a vibration ripples through him. It is that useless gourd. Now, it is glowing. He pops the lid, and suddenly it starts pulling in all the remaining energy nearby. Turns out, this is its real power. It automatically absorbs and stores spiritual energy. In places rich with energy, it is incredibly efficient. With this, he will not need to waste time refining spirit liquid anymore. Back home, Hua is still training without a single break. That kid is honestly hardworking. Seeing his big brother return, he runs out. Beaming, he gets a gift of several bottles, with strict instructions: 2 in the morning, 2 at night. After meals for a quick power boost, he tells the kid he will take him to Spirit Mountain tomorrow to start training. Exposure to the outside world is key. Before dawn, the kid is already up, buzzing with excitement. Old Zhang gives him a serious warning: be careful and do not bother Ye Chen. Stepping onto the Spirit Mountain path, the boy gets teased by other disciples, but Ye Chen steps in fast, calming him down. The kid feels safe now. He wishes his own brother was half as cool as this guy. Reaching Juqing Pavilion, the elders are surprised to check the kid's level. Not bad at all. They accept him as an apprentice disciple right on the spot. They hand over his badge and spirit liquid. Then, the elder hints that he wants Ye Chen to join the Qingyun Pavilion too. The elder is sincere, but Ye Chen does not want to rush it. He tells him he will think about it and get back to him. Next, he takes Hua to pick out a weapon. Naturally, they are only allowed on the 1st floor. Ye Chen waits. The elder seems keen, but Hung Ni plays it cool for now. Not yet. He tells the elder he needs more time to think. Time to move. He heads out to help Huo pick a weapon. Naturally, they are still stuck on the 1st floor. Still no luck. He asks the big guy about black iron and mysterious steel. According to the crafting manual, they're both tough and flexible. If he can refine them into his blade, it would be perfect. The shop has everything he needs, but the price is insane. 100,000 spirit stones? Most disciples wouldn't earn that in their entire lives. Of course, there's a cheaper place, the Nether Black Market. It sits right on the border where 3 major sects meet. They trade stolen goods and all sorts of rare, forbidden treasures. Prices are much lower there. But be warned, it's crawling with vicious criminals causing chaos constantly. The place is a death trap. You could lose your life anytime. Are you sure about this? Deep Thun, think it over. Jip Tun just smiles. This guy sounds exactly like Bang Dai Hai. Just another cunning merchant trying to scare him off. Not happening. He's going there tomorrow. No matter what. Ho-Oa pops up, showing off a new black iron staff. It's incredibly hard to master, so the old man told him to swap. But Ho-Oa refuses because the technique is only found at the Heaven Gate. Deep Thun brings him aside, promising to find a way to help. Today, Deep Thun is settling a score for those stolen spirit herbs. He steps out, officially challenging Te Hao to a duel. Elder Trung keeps a straight face, telling his student to go all out. No mercy. Punish anyone who dares disrespect the Renyang Peak. Te Hao obeys his master, stepping onto the fighting stage. Along with Beep Noyat and the rest of his crew, they're ready to beat Diep Thun into the ground. Suddenly, Hung Nit charges in like a total legend. His face is all swollen, looks like his dad really worked him over. Hey kid. Tell me the truth. How confident are you really? 10 out of 10. Zipton replies. Hung Ni doesn't stick around, flying off as fast as he arrived. Talk about a weirdo. In a flash, he's already set up a betting stand, hawking bets like he's running a national lottery. Everyone sees the easy money on Taehao and starts rushing in. Within minutes, there's a mountain of gold stacked on Taehao's side. Diep Thun's side? Not a single coin in sight. He's a little let down. But honestly, Hung Need is about to help him make a fortune for that market trip. Everything starts with the traditional pre-fight trash talk. Taehao mocks Diep Thun, sarcastically praising his courage. Beep Nwayat chimes in from the crowd with her usual line, claiming he's too full of killing intent to ever reach true enlightenment. Hung Ni just rolls his eyes at all the yapping. Down below, Hung Ni watches the mess unfold, getting impatient. With zero hesitation, he goads Tae Tien into a high-stakes bet. Tae Tien confidently tosses down 10,000 spirit stones, making the whole crowd gasp in awe, while Diep Thien, not to be outdone, throws in just 100 spirit stones. Talk about a broke country bumpkin. Phi just laughs at the sight. Diep then starts off with some fancy fan dancing moves he clearly learned from a pro. He goads the guy into upping the stakes. Just the two of them keep it simple before the real fight. Once he makes a fool out of him, he is going to strip every valuable item off his body. Suddenly, he lunges forward with lightning speed, proving he's got some serious, mystical cultivation backing him up. Closing the gap, he channels his energy into a palm strike, a massive hit that forces Diep then to block with his sword and slide back quite a distance. The assault continues with an even heavier palm strike coming down from above. He releases a massive pulse of energy. But Diep then holds his ground, firing his own blade energy to parry. It is a non-stop flurry of leaping attacks and lightning-fast palm strikes from Taehao that Diep Thien dodges with ease. Taehao pour more spirit energy into his legs, rushing in with insane speed. But it is all for nothing because Diep then moves like a ghost, dodging every single blow. Now, it is his turn. Without losing momentum, Diep then grips his sword and charges, catching the guy off guard. He barely has time to channel energy to shield himself, not giving him a breather. He stewed, unleashes the thunder step, landing 2 direct blows. The impact as they collide creates a massive shockwave, sending the guy flying back. He can no longer afford to underestimate his opponent. He immediately unleashes his ultimate ace in the hole. The sky soaring sword dance seals manifest instantly, and a pillar of light shines down from above, forming a massive, churning vortex. It fires thousands of blades at Diep Than. It looks flashy, sure, but he just smiles faintly, spinning his sword to create a massive gale of spirit power that spirals straight upward. You fell for it, Earth Dragon technique, he yells out. In a flash, a colossal stone dragon emerges and charges head-on, channeling all his spirit energy into one hand. Diep Than waits until it is right on top of him, then smashes it to dust. Like a desperate pest, he rushes to form more seals, trying to summon more stone beasts. But Diep Than has already closed the distance before he even realized. This time, I am paying you back with interest for that cheap sucker punch. Unable to dodge, he stands there, shaking in pure shock. He keeps getting hammered until he is coughing up blood. His face is so swollen, so twisted up, he is barely recognizable anymore. Down below, Tunguayet starts screaming that Diep Than is using dark magic to make Taehao lose like this. The other disciples join the chorus, shouting to kick Diep Than out. They claim he is not fit to be a disciple, pelting him with rocks and rotten eggs on the arena floor. He hears the insults and pauses, finally firing back. But just as he snaps, a sudden burst of energy blasts toward him. It is that same coward sneaking an attack. With the momentum, he pours all his energy into countless blades of air, shooting straight at Diep Than. Caught off guard, he is wide open. Hung Ni slams the table, screaming at the coward for playing dirty. Does he even know what shame is? Meanwhile, the mob, on the other side, cheers, egging him on to finish the job. That is what a real senior brother looks like. They shout, pushed to the edge of the arena. Taehao unleashes one final burst of energy to shove Diepthan off. But, in a flash, he channels his internal fire to create a counter-push. With his other hand, he grabs the sharp blade of his opponent. Drawing blood but holding his ground, he delivers a direct hit to that thick face of his. Old debts. New scores. Time to settle everything at once. He unleashes a flurry of strikes. And suddenly, a lion-shaped beast manifests behind Diepthan, tearing into Taehao with endless, relentless punches. The speed is insane after images of Diep, then appearing like he has 1,000 arms. This time, he ignores the screams from the trash down below. He treats their voices like the sound of losers crying over lost bets, keeping up the beating until the guy is crushed like paste. Finally, tiring out, Diepthan lands one last heavy slam, driving Taehao into the ground, creating a massive crater, saves the trouble of digging a grave. But true to the strength of a human origin realm cultivator, he manages to stand back up with a smug mouth. Taehao mocks him in the end. Don't you still cannot take me down? And just like he says, looking closely, he has been hit by a heavenly spirit curse. His inner fire is sealed off now. Even with his elite combat skills, without his internal energy, he has zero chance to win. Taehao starts to turn the tables, slashing with countless sword beams that force Diepthan into a desperate dodge. Usually, he would have wiped out these bottom feeders with just a wave. The crowd down below is tearing up. They didn't lose their bet after all, pouring out every bit of his remaining spirit power. He pours it all straight into his sword intent, slashing wave after wave. And Diepthan, at this moment, he simply cannot hold back the onslaught. He takes a direct hit, a blade thrust straight through his chest. The pain is immense, but Diepthan refuses to let it go deeper. Grabbing the razor-sharp blade with his bare hand, he ignores the agony, risking even more injury. He retaliates with a clean, horizontal slash. You still refuse to die after that? He snarls. How are you still standing? Suddenly, two massive chains erupt from the void, glowing with a brilliant golden light. They streak forward, binding Taehao tight before he can even react. The sword aura in his grip begins to fade away. That means his spirit power is completely sealed. Talk about payback. Tit for tat. And now Taehao is hit by Diepthan's precious spell. Damn it. He curses. There goes my money. What a waste. The tide of the battle shifts again, and everyone watches in pure shock, eyes wide, faces pale. They can't believe what they're seeing, except for Hungni, who just stands there with his arms crossed, laughing. That is how you do it, he bellows. Watching every punch land hard, Taehao takes the full brunt, screaming in a way that sounds almost rhythmic. All this time, Taehao relied only on true energy without training his body. Now that he's drained, he's got no defense left. He's basically a sitting duck. And victory is practically gift-wrapped. It is coming straight to Diepthan honestly. It is a done deal. No need to even debate it. And with one final, crushing blow, Diepthan slams him straight into the dirt, carving out a second crater. This time, he won't be climbing back out of that hole anytime soon. Then, a roar of noise erupts from behind. The other disciples rush in, thinking they can catch him while he is drained. They try to gang up on him, hoping for an easy win, but they never stood a chance. He grabs them one by one, by the head, by the neck, tossing them aside like they are nothing. He doesn't hold back, targeting their Dantians to cripple their cultivation. Watching them get wiped out like that? Man. That was smooth. Diepthan. You little beast. Hungni cheers, ready to jump in, but he realizes he doesn't need to lift a finger to help. Down below, Tu and Jayet is fuming, blade in hand, ready to charge. But Hungni channels his energy into the tip of an arrow. You better behave, he warns. Eyes locked on her. I suggest you stay put, or my arrow won't be so gentle. Seeing the threat, she finally knows when to back down. Meanwhile, Diep then is back to his old habits. Out of muscle memory, reaching over and stripping his opponent of every single piece of treasure. After the brutal clash, the elder of Renyang Peak is absolutely fuming. He stares at his troublesome disciple, practically spitting out blood in anger. He is hurling insults straight at the elder of Tianyang Peak. The chubby elder sighs, his regret thick enough to cut with a knife. He admits he completely underestimated the kid. And that was his mistake. He really missed out on a genuine genius of a disciple. Meanwhile, the elder of Dayang Peak can barely hide a smug grin. His rival took a much worse beating than his own team did. That kid is something else, really something else. Now, the two troublemakers are meeting in secret to split their massive haul. They follow the old rule 50-50. Right down the line. The guy really knows how to handle his business, doesn't he? When he mentions the black market, his expression turns dead serious. It only opens every 3 years. And this staff came from there. But it is dangerous, way too dangerous to go alone. They agree to meet on the mountain early next week. No turning back now. See you there. Back home, he starts counting the loot he took from Tehao. That rich kid was loaded. And everything here is top-tier quality. But one strange turtle shell really catches his attention. The moment he grabs it, his gourd sucks it in, definitely related to spiritual energy. After absorbing it for a moment, the gourd erupts in a blinding, brilliant light. A new technique emerges from the glow-the-void shadow sky illusion. He spends the entire night breaking down the profound mysteries of the technique. Infinite void steps moving like the wind, shifting like a shadow, celestial spirit movement, following his heart, flowing like a natural cycle. He is moving at insane speeds now, faster than he ever thought possible. After images trail behind him, leaving his enemies completely dizzy and disoriented, getting ready for the black market trip. He remembers Hung Nate mentioned something. First, they have to hit the Wanbao Pavilion to stock up. He hesitates, skeptical, when he hears what they need to grab. The Heaven Spirit Charm, Heaven Walk Charm, and Heaven Lightning Charm. These are the forbidden 3 absolute powerhouses banned by the sect. The Heaven Spirit Charm seals enemies, while the Heaven Walk lets you escape. And the Heaven Lightning Charm, it packs enough punch to level an entire mountain. It is expensive as hell, to sure. But what is money compared to life? He cares way more about his own neck than some shiny spirit stones. He agrees with the plan. And honestly, you have to respect the fat guy's logic. If you have got the cash and don't spend it, what is the point? While he is planning, Ho-Oa is still back home grinding out his staff techniques. Even in such a short time, his progress is starting to look real. Even the fatty agrees. He says it straight out. Right. What is all that money for if you don't spend it? Meanwhile, back at home, Ho-Oa is busy drilling that staff technique. In such a short time, he's already made some serious progress. Seems like he was born for this. A match made in heaven. Now the real problem, how to get his hands on that technique. The day finally arrives, and the two set off on their journey. Diep Thun thinks about renting a spirit bird to fly there, but Hung Need eyes his chicken leg and stops him right there. No need for that, he's got something way better in mind. Diep Thun recognizes it instantly, a 1,000-mile talisman. One day, 1,000 miles. Just stick it to your legs, pour in your spiritual energy and get moving. Watch your aim. Though you don't want to slam into a pillar, in a blink, the two are moving like a blur. They're headed for the black market. Fast, but way more efficient. Saves a ton of spiritual energy compared to what they know. They travel all day, and by dusk, they're closing in fast, just an hour out. Diep Thun senses something, a metallic, bloody scent. He grabs Hungni by the collar and jerks him back hard, just in time to dodge a blast that rocks the whole area. An explosive trap. Who the hell would rig the road like this? Behind them, a guy with a nasty scar steps out. He's hauling a massive blade. Been waiting in ambush since noon. Hand over the goods, and maybe I'll let you live. He's hitting the true Yang realm enough to make anyone sweat. But Diep Thun stays sharp, reading the energy flow closely. It's powerful, and tuar, but unstable, like he just broke through. Hung Ni doesn't hesitate for a second, shouting for the attack. He swings his heavy mace with everything he's got. A massive, bone-rattling strike that echoes across the clearing. Diep Thun channels true fire, blending it with his beast arts. He lunges, unleashing a vicious combo straight at the guy. Elbows, knees, and a final Clean kick right to the groin. Even with true yang cultivation. That's gotta hurt like hell. The thief stumbles but fights to stay on his feet, furious. He gathers his remaining spiritual energy into a sphere, charging in. The two meet him with their own combined strikes, but they're a hair too slow. And the blast sends them flying. The bandit grins, feeling untouchable, and winds up for more. Then, it happens, his energy sputters out like a dying candle, fuming. The bandit channels his energy into a raw sphere of power. He charges straight at them. Wild and reckless, the two of them fire back, combining the Thunder Fist and the Dragon Tiger form. But they're a split second too slow, they get caught off guard. Just like that, he sends them both flying back with one hit. Puffed up with ego, the bandit starts gloating and winds up for another shot. But something's off, the energy barely leaks out. Like a pathetic fart. Turns out he already got hit with a poison and didn't even notice. Thien Lin seals his power down. He is terrified this guy hit the true yang stage. My two talismans, they only last for 1 minute. We have to act fast while he's pinned. Those two troublemakers sure know how to use their time. They keep smashing their fists into that crook's face. They don't stop until he's foaming at the mouth. They strip him clean, even his clothes are gone. Those two quickly vanish from the scene. Hanging around is way too risky right now. But wait, an old man steps out from behind a tree. He chuckles to himself, this kid with the true fire is interesting. They huddle up to split the loot. So much gold and so many treasures here. Looks like he's been robbing people for a long time. Suddenly, they spot one item and start wrestling for it. Turns out they weren't even after the same thing. They laugh it off and high five. Good brother, let's get back on the road. They stop at the heavenly profound gate marker. Once they pass this, they hit the nether market. Hung Yi explains, my dad says these elders are super strong and mysterious. Their sect leader even reached the peak. The heavenly silence stage, top-tier stuff. Suddenly, he feels his cultivation taking a massive hit. They must have set up a suppression array here. It forces everyone down to the first layer. Man, that is genius. It doesn't matter how strong you are outside. Once you step in here, you've got to humble yourself. As soon as they enter the market, the fat guy gets distracted. He leaves Ye Chen behind to go exploring. Suddenly, he catches a familiar scent in the air. It is Ji Ningxiang, his old flame from the Zhengyang sect. It has been such a long time since they last met. She is still as beautiful as he remembers. But she probably forgot him long ago, and now she's with someone else. He grabs a mask and puts it on to hide his identity. He doesn't want anyone to see his face. He can't let her see the pain he's feeling right now. Even the person you love can become a stranger. After roaming around, they decide to find an inn. They need a good night's rest before the auction tomorrow. Back in the room, he pulls out that cauldron he robbed. He tries to let the gourd absorb it. It starts shaking wildly and then it spits it right back out. Dantian steps outside to check the loot and sighs. It is just a tiny bit of red spiritual energy, barely worth the effort. But he drinks it anyway. Hardly a treasure. He just put it down when suddenly his throat starts burning. Dantian feels his temperature spiking, forcing him to rip off his clothes. Parched, gasping, he feels his Dantian shaking violently inside him. His head pounds like it is splitting open. Screaming in raw pain, he collapses, passing out cold on the ground. Luckily, he wakes up the next morning to the warm sun. He checks his cultivation level and wait. It jumped 3 whole stages? He is at the 8th level now. What on earth happened last night? Before he can figure it out, the fatty comes sprinting over. Hung Yi drags him out toward the town market. They stop right in front of a massive, skyscraping building. This is the main auction house. Clearly, this place is no joke. While they are talking, Hung Yi suddenly digs his hand right into his pants. He is fishing around his crotch for something. Dantian stares, thinking this guy has finally lost his mind. But then, he pulls out 2 small, round things. No, not that he explains, these are transformation pills. They can change your entire face and voice. They smell absolutely rank, but apparently, they work wonders. Dantian shakes his head. You keep those. I will just wear a mask. Just as the fatty said. One swallow and his hair vanishes. Everything else stays the same. Almost got played by that weirdo. They get inside and sit down and an old man slides right up. It is the same guy who tracked them after the bandit fight. Dantian is clueless, not realizing this guy knows his secrets. He just feels a terrifying aura. Even with the guy suppressing his level, people from the Tay family in Namdung start arriving now. The doors swing wide open as they usher in a new group. Next come the Teodo family, West Shu, and the North Crossing Kings. Every big shot from all over the place is gathering here. Diep Thun is stunned, watching all these heavy hitters walk in. But Hung Need? He is still busy stuffing his face. You know, staying fueled up for the bidding war ahead. Then, the intersect master of Hung Nak Tung walks in Volnun. They are technically in the same faction, but this is their first meeting. To everyone's surprise, Ngo Chung Tang from Jingdyung Tong arrives too. That old man, the one who caused so much trouble back then. Next to walk in is the intersect master of the Henjue sect Wu Hen. He's from the same faction, but this is actually their very first meeting. Surprisingly, a member of the Zhangyang sect also shows up. Elder Wu Zhangqing has arrived too. That old guy. Kicked out of the sect, I never thought I'd run into you here. Qingyun sect sent their people too. Talk about a narrow escape. And when I spot Lu Ji, the guy who shattered Ye Chen's Dantian, that debt has to be repaid. Tonight, no turning back now. The time has come. Elder Yang from Tianshuan Gate steps up. He announces the rules and officially kicks things off. First up, the Ziyang sword. Starting bid 50,000 taels. As he speaks, he channels his energy to make the blade glow. He lifts it high for everyone to see a true masterpiece. The bidding starts immediately. Voices shouting over each other. The energy in the room is wild. Xiong Er whispers the plan. They use the flashy items to stir up the crowd. Then wait. Cheap stuff comes later. So, we wait. 10,000? A shout erupts from the Zhengyang sect side. The whole hall goes dead silent. The sword is theirs. The elder from Zhengyang laughs, looking smug as can be. Next is the Yang bronze stream. Starting bid 30,000. After a bidding war, it goes to the big shots from Qingyun sect. The 7-colored pagoda appears, glowing with a soft light. Starting bid 80,000. Such a rare treasure, yet so cheap. An elder jumps at the chance and shouts out 30,000. But before he can even finish, a cold voice cuts through the air. It sends a chill down his spine. Does that fool want his sect wiped out? It echoes from the bloodthirsty palace section. The old man trembles, not daring to make another sound. Just like that, they walk away with the prize. The pagoda is theirs. It's past noon, but the auction shows no sign of stopping. Now it's an iron rod. Starting bid 10,000 taels. Suddenly, Ye Chen's true fire reacts. He knows this is a real treasure. No matter how trashy it looks to others, he jumps right in. He'll pay the 10,000. You sick or something? You're paying 10,000 for that rusted scrap? Xiong Er is fuming, but Ye Chen keeps his cool. Trust me, it's a bargain. Just wait, thinking he's gotta win. The Zhengyang elder counters. 11,000 taels. The rod is headed for the Zhengyang sect. 12,000 taels. Ye Chen doesn't flinch. He keeps bidding, making the old man twitch with pure annoyance. The elder starts threatening him, but they keep going. Back and forth. Nobody has ever dared to steal something from the Zhengyang sect before. This strange kid? He's totally fearless. The price hits 100,000. Xiong Er is shocked. He looks ready to spit blood. Head spinning. 11. Come on then. You little brat, show me what you've got. 12,000 taels. Diep then booms back with total confidence. Not a single second of hesitation. The tension is already spiking. The elder bellows out 20,000. 21,000. You think you've got the guts to keep up, kid? Need turns to Diep Than, who's gone completely silent. Looks like he's tapped out. Is he really going to gamble it all for this iron staff? Seriously? Look, I've only got 30,000 taels. Take it. It's a loan. Just remember to pay me back. His eyes are misting up. But Diep Than cuts him off. Don't act like some dramatic hero. It's embarrassing. Next time, I'll just go dig up some more. Diep then flashes a grateful smile. He's ready. He drops the 30,000 bid, and the whole hall erupts in shock. Old Ngo can't take it anymore. He's about to unleash his aura. But suddenly, it just vanishes. A cold, warning glare cuts him down. If you try to release that killing intent again, don't blame me for being rude. The guildmaster's pressure completely crushes him, and the old man freezes instantly. I bid 31,000. His voice is shaking now, but before the words even land, Diep Than shouts out 50,000. That's the highest price we've seen all day. With a massive crash, the elder loses it, smashing his chair to pieces as he jumps up. He's wheezing, chest heaving, like someone just choked the life out of him. He's completely speechless. Mission accomplished. The two of them share a quick look of victory. 50,000 taels. I really hope you don't end up disappointing me. Two staff. The auction wraps up, and the two sides immediately lock eyes at the exit. Old Engo can't do a thing, so he just spits out a pathetic threat of revenge. Okay. Sure. I'll be waiting for you. Don't say I didn't warn you this is going to be good. Heading up to claim his prize, the auction master personally hands over the iron staff. He praises the kid, you've got some real guts today. Then he leans in, someone wants to meet you. Follow me inside. The master leads him through to a secluded courtyard, tucked away, filled with rare, glowing flowers and exotic herbs. Who would have thought? Yumin is so crowded, yet it has a place this peaceful. Stepping into the garden pavilion behind Tang Long Pavilion, Deep Than spots a lone figure sitting there, waiting in the distance. Getting closer, he realizes it's the old man from the Tien Huyen Gate. He was already sitting there at the table. He greets Diep then immediately, and rushes to beg for his help. Wait. I haven't even sat down yet. I'm parched from all that shouting. And he won't even offer a drink before, diving straight into the real reason he called. The old man wants him to use his true fire to heal his internal injuries. It's a bit of a surprise, to sure, but at this point, Deep Than isn't even shocked anymore. Too many experts are crawling out of the woodwork now. So he keeps it blunt. Helping out usually pays off. But the old guy is pretty stingy. When he asks for some cash, the old man just tosses him a massive heavy bag. He doesn't even say thanks to the senior. Things get weird when the old man rolls up his sleeve. He looks like some street thug with ink. But he's dead serious. He explains, it is a real ancient curse, from old legends. The Vu curse is nasty stuff. If you don't break it fast, it'll eat you alive from the inside out. The one who cast it is a master from the Vu clan, an ancient, mysterious group, known as the strongest in the ancient era. Realizing the guy is a master, he starts probing about his true flame. The old man explains it. He's seen many flames in his time, but this one is special, gold-tinted, making it the strongest. It is not at full power yet. Just because his cultivation level is way too low, he is still just at the condensation realm. The power is locked away. Not even fully awakened yet. Diep Thun is reeling from one shock after another, realizing he is OP. They both sit down to form seals and break the nasty curse. The old man guides him. The symbols are all linked up tight. He needs to focus his true flame and refine just one of them. Suddenly, the old man freezes, seeing a dark streak in the flame. That is demon blood. Looks like the kid has no clue. He carries the bloodline of an ancient demon race. Truly interesting. With a shout, the symbols on the old man's arm suddenly burst out. They keep swirling around, and he knows the moment is right. He channels all his energy into his fingertips, pushing hard. Breaking the seal is tough, like trying to move a massive boulder. After a grueling struggle, the curse is finally torn away. It starts to fade into nothingness. As the curse breaks free, the old man cries out in pure pain. He regains his cool, shoves it far away, and it disappears. Feeling like he just dodged death, he is beyond relieved. He thanks Diep Thun over and over for saving his life. Leaving the small garden, he checks the bag and gets a shock. It has 50,000, exactly what he spent on that weapon. The old man basically gave it back as a thank you gift. Walking past a spirit stone shop, Diep Thun catches a scent. Black iron and mysterious steel, exactly the stuff he needs. Just as he is about to ask the price, the shopkeeper sneaks away. Stepping out of the yard, he checks his money bag and gets a massive shock. Inside, there is 500,000, exactly what he spent on the spirit seal. Seems like a gift, a thank you present. Passing a shop selling spirit stones, Ye Chen instantly smells something Xuan, iron and Xuan steel. Exactly what he needs. Just as he starts to ask the price, he sees the shopkeeper sneaking away. Stepping outside, this perverted old man Ra is already at it. He has his eyes locked on a few beauties, just staring them down, drooling everywhere. Guess the saying holds up. Some never grow out of it. Only when he is threatened with being left behind does he finally focus. He puts on a serious face, pretending to be all professional for once. Ra claims these two items are incredibly rare and hard to find. He sets the price at 100,000, but Diep Trun knows the market. He is used to shopping. So he immediately counters and cuts the price. Half off. The old man acts annoyed, but quickly agrees to the deal, feels like he still got ripped off. If you ask me, just as he is wondering about it, a voice booms from the distance. Another old man charges in, full of killing intent, shouting at the top of his lungs, Chu Cat Vu. You old fool, I am going to chop you into 1,000 pieces. Seems like some old school jealousy drama. The two of them start chasing each other. They scramble all over the market, leaving Diep Trun as the sole winner here. He walks away with the 2 stones for free, looking smug. A truly shameless expression.